What is up, guys? Hebrew Hammer here with A&R Gaming, back again with another AFK Arena video. This time back a lot sooner than I thought, because we have a bit of a surprise that just dropped on us. We have another new champion coming our way. This is only 3 days or so after they showed us the previous champion, Sophia, and now we're looking at Eironn, the Storm Sword. So this is some really exciting news, and I gotta say, right off the bat, this guy looks like an absolute monster. At least his kit does. So let me go ahead and break down a few things. First of all, he's going to be a Wilder champion, which once again is very surprising, because I would have pegged it for a Graveborn coming certainly after Sophia. But nope, they really don't want to release that 6th Graveborn. So we are not going to be looking at a Graveborn. He is a Wilder, and he just looks really cool. I mean, his in-game model looks fairly generic. I'm excited to see what his animations are because of what his kit looks like. But for right now, he just looks like a somewhat generic character. You know, really like kind of overly good-looking guy with a kind of like tree stump thing coming out of his head because he's, you know, a Wilder champion, so he has to have nature enveloped in his character somewhere. So either way, though, what's interesting about him is that he has a wind sword and an ice sword, and those play a big part in his entire kit. So I thought that was really cool that they actually did that. I thought that it showed some intricacy being put into these characters. Also, I'm not sure if this is going to be a tank character or like, you know, strength character or agility character. I assume agility, because he is dual wielding swords, but his kit makes me second guess that. So let's talk about the kit, and I'll mention this afterwards. So first, Elemental Surge. Eironn combines both of his blades to form one powerful blade and proceeds to hack at his enemies, dealing damage to them. Eironn then summons an Ice Tornado, which deals AoE damage to his enemies and remains on the battlefield for a period of time, engulfing multiple enemies and knocking them backwards. Right there, that's a pretty loaded ability. So there's basically 2 parts to this. First, he makes a super powerful sword, and it sounds like he just starts swinging that sword at his enemies. I'm not sure if it's going to be for, you know, a particular period of time that he has like this enhanced attack, or if it's just, you know, one big move where he jumps forward and slices people up. But either way, that's the first part, and then after that it goes into this Ice Tornado, which gives its AoE, and it gives a lot of CC basically, and does some damage. And it sticks around and keeps going around the map apparently, and it'll keep popping people up. We're not sure how long because we don't have any of the hard stats yet, but that is pretty good, I have to say. I'm expecting the scaling on that to be fairly low, because it's gonna be really, really dominant whenever it's on the battlefield. But let's go ahead and look at the next one. So then we have Twin Force. When attacking with his Ice Blade, Eironn deals damage to all enemies standing in front of him, and also freezes them, causing their movement and attack speed to be slowed for a period of time. When attacking with his Wind Blade, Eironn attacks a single enemy target, knocking them backwards, inflicting damage upon them. The Wind Blade also inflicts additional damage equal to a certain percentage of the enemy target's current health. So that's huge. It means he's going to be a tank killer right there from that second part alone. Taking out health, doing extra damage based on current health percentage, that's a huge tank killer ability. So that's important to note. And then we have the other part of his ability, which allows him to basically CC his enemies with slowing their movement speeds. This, once again, is a very, very solid ability altogether. I'm just not sure. It's hard to put him in a box of if he's going to be doing lots of damage, if he's like an agility, you know, hyper damage tank, or I'm sorry, hyper damage character, or if he's going to be a straight up CC tank with low damage. I can't imagine him having too much damage if he is going the heavy CC route. But I mean, right, like he does that at percentage health, so actually kind of regardless, he will be doing a lot of damage. But alright, next ability, Vortex. Eironn uses his elemental powers to generate a powerful gust of wind that draws in all enemies standing within a certain distance of himself, which deals damage to them. So this is another CC move. It draws all these characters in and then puts them together and deals a whole bunch of damage. That is a fantastic move, especially actually if you have, I'm thinking right now of Sophia's ability. I mean, if you could somehow time it to be getting her special off, that big bomb nuke, and having them all gathered together from Eironn's ability, you could be looking at some pretty deadly combination there. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Once again, the Sylvan Oath. Sylvan Oath is a passive ability that increases Eironn's attack rating and gives his attacks a chance to ignore his enemy's defense ratings. Any damage dealt to enemies that are using shield abilities is multiplied. So basically, he's going to be doing a bunch of damage extra passively to all of his attacks that will that has a chance to ignore the target's defense. This guy just looks like a straight up tank killer. It's going to be using percentage health, and he's going to be bypassing defense. That is really, really, really impressive, especially for a character that's so much CC built into him too. So that's going to be pretty crazy. Not to mention, if they have a shield on them of any kind, he's going to do more damage to them on top of all that. So looking at all of those abilities, it's really hard to kind of figure out where this character is going to land. If I had to really pin him down to one thing, I'm sure he's going to be agility based, and I think he's just going to be doing a bunch of damage, and I hope, honestly, just for the sake of balance, he's going to be a bit squishy, because if they make him too tanky, he is going to dominate everything with this kit he has. So I expect him to be agility based, and I expect him to be kind of a glass cannon, but we'll see how that works. I'm really, really curious to see how this plays out. But either way, I think that what's even more impressive is the fact of how quick we're getting these characters. I mean, this could be a fluke of how quickly, you know, these two characters are in close succession, but if they pump out champions this quick, we're looking at a really nice character release cadence. That's going to be really fun to be a part of. I just hope that they are able to keep up with balancing these characters. But we'll see. So anyways, guys, that's it. I just wanted to hop in and give you guys that update. Really excited about this character, much more than Sophia, or Sophia, whatever her name was. Just because that ult for her just seems a little too risky. But he just seems like a really, really solid character. So I'm really excited about that. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video. I have a bunch of other videos for you guys to look at as well. Please do so if you're interested at all. And until next time, game on.